a rabbit warrener's lodge.
The bunnies.
So basically they were killing rabbits.
Oh.
So the person would be in this lodge
And hunt rabbits.
Oh. And they would so this was a lucrative business in medieval times. Rabbit meat was eaten at banquets, and their fur was used to line the robes of royalty and nobles.
Oh, goodness me.
The monks employed a warrener to manage the warren, similar to the role of a gamekeeper today. He lived with his family on the upper floor of the lodge. You can see their fine fireplace high on the wall.
Huh.
Don't go in there, don't go through the gate. No, Luna, don't do that. Yes, you can like just stand in this bit.
Yeah.
And they've put a new roof on.
Oh, they put a roof on. I wonder why they did that. Just to preserve it, I suppose.
Yeah, stop it from like flooding all the time, I suppose.
Crazy. So we've come away for a long weekend away to Norfolk, because we haven't been to Norfolk on the map, and we went into Essex for Becky's work, and she's got to go into work again next week, and we thought that over this bank holiday weekend we would kind of make a big trip of it and come up to Norfolk and go back down again. And because Joss isn't with us this weekend, he's staying with his mum, it all kind of worked out pretty well. So yeah, we've decided to come away to Norfolk for a long weekend. I'm not sure if we're in Norfolk yet. We're just outside a town called Thetford, which could still be in Suffolk. Suffolk's the one below it, but we're there anyway. We're going to make our way up to the north coast of Norfolk, because I think that's where all the nice beaches are, and the weather's forecast to be really good. So yeah, hopefully have a nice couple of days away. We found a park up on Park for Night. It's just kind of like a car park, really. I don't know whether we're going to stay here for one night or two before we go up. I don't know, we'll kind of see how we get on. We've got a campsite booked for Monday night, because all the campsites were fully booked because it's a bank holiday weekend. So the only night we could get was Monday night after the bank holiday. So we've got 3 days off grid. And yeah, it was really last minute. We all suddenly decided, like, oh, Joss isn't with us this weekend, let's go away. So yeah, off grid for 3 days and then campsite, and then we're going to get back. So yeah, kind of looking forward to it. It's nice to get away again. Haven't really ventured out in a van since Christmas. So yeah, lovely weather for it as well. Should be fun.
Yeah, good girl, good girl, good girl.
What are you doing, Floon?
Where's
Digby? Where's Digby? What's he doing? He's over there. What are you doing, Diggs? Let's go. Go, go, go.
Has he got his shoe? No.
Huh?
Has he got his shoe?
No, it's here. Look at it.
Should I take it if he doesn't?
I think that's the right way around. What is it, Flynn? What are you doing? You going in there? Oh. He's got his carrot. We have got a new addition in the van. We decided to install it a few weeks ago, and the addition is a ceiling fan. Oh, let's crank it up. Oh, essential for hot summer days. It's not even too hot at the moment. I think it's about 18 degrees, but definitely hot enough to have the fan. Let's turn it down a bit. Haven't quite figured out whether it's better to have the air coming in or the air going out. If you have a window open in the front and you have it going out, it creates quite a nice breeze coming through the van and then exiting through the roof. But if you've got the windows shut, it's better to have the fan blowing in. But it's an absolute game changer in the van when it's hot, because this bed area was just like a cocoon, and it used to just like turn into an oven in the summer. It says it's currently 23 degrees in the van at the moment, which is quite warm. I think it's about 18 outside, but just having this fan in the roof turns this bed area from a sauna into an actual habitable space. So yeah, it's definitely worth the money. The only thing at the moment though is we don't have like a blackout blind or anything, so when you wake up in the morning it gets light at about 5 o'clock in the morning at the moment, so we're trying to figure out a way, like a permanent solution to having a blind so we don't get woken up. It's quite easy to put in as well, just cut a hole and screw it in, but yeah, got a fan. Cooking dinner in the middle of nowhere never gets boring. It always feels like a novelty because it just seems so, what's the word? I don't know, it just doesn't seem right, does it? Being able to cook dinner when you're not at home. It just seems a bit odd, doesn't it? We're having risotto for tea though. Had to do double bacon because the bacon goes out of date today. So we were going to have this over 2 days. Well, I think we're going to have risotto again tomorrow as well because we have enough mascarpone. But we had to cook all the bacon today and I can't be bothered to keep any, so I think we're just going to have double bacon today and then baconless risotto tomorrow. The one thing we're missing in this van is a table to eat at. We thought about putting one in, but we didn't really figure out the best way to do it, so just never got around to doing it. But it's alright. Risotto is good though. Probably not the most energy efficient thing to cook. Used about a quarter of the battery cooking dinner. But that's okay.
I think that's normal though.
Yeah, it's not too bad. We have got the camping stove as a backup in case we run out of power. Hot. So it's day 2 of our lovely relaxing trip away for the weekend. It's 10:15 in the morning. We've just taken the dogs for the walk and we've had probably one of the most stressful mornings of our entire lives. We lost Digby on the main walk. We went about a mile into the woods and all of a sudden Digby disappeared and we lost him for about 45 minutes and we were getting really worried that maybe someone had like kidnapped him or stolen him or something because we couldn't hear him, couldn't see him, like he was just gone. I walked back to the van to see if maybe he had got lost and run back to the van, and luckily that's exactly what he'd done. And as I came back with Luna, I heard Digby barking and he was running around the car park, so I think he must have got lost and then run all the way back to the van, which to be fair I'm quite happy that he did and managed to do because I found him. But Becky stayed where we lost Digby in case he was still there and she just wanted to stay where he was, and now Becky is lost in the woods because she can't find her way back and she's got no signal on her phone. So I've just spent the last 30 minutes trying to help her out, but it's really difficult to communicate because she's got barely any signal and it's just a complete disaster. So she's getting really stressed out. There are some signposts out there with what 3 words names on them, so I know roughly where she is, and I basically just said to her you need to head east because she's got a compass on her phone, and if she just heads in that direction then eventually she'll find her way back to the car park. But yeah, just been a bit of a disaster, but hopefully she'll be back at the van in about 20 minutes. But oh my goodness, and now they're like fast asleep. Look, snoozing away. So Becky made it back from her escapades in the forest this morning, safe and sound, after doing about a 6-mile hike that was unintended. But she made her way back with the compass on her phone. Did it actually help, the compass?
Well,
I suppose it's the only thing that you could
told
use.
me which direction I need to go in.
Yeah.
Otherwise it wouldn't have helped.
Yeah. We have decided to move on from that spot though, because we had another problem. Basically, we had the water pump in the van. It kept turning on and kind of turning off. It would turn on for a bit and turn off, and usually it only does that when you have the tap on. because when the pressure in the pipes drops, then it knows that the pressure's dropped, and then it turns the pump on, and then you get pressure water. So because it was turning on and off, but the taps are off, I was a bit concerned that maybe we had a leak somewhere where the water was escaping and pressure was dropping. And after an investigation, I found out that we had quite a bad leak in one of the pipes coming out of the hot water heater. And yeah, it was just like squirting water out. So had to kind of take some cladding off the wall, and then we had to go to Screwfix, and luckily there was one just down the road from us, and managed to get a wrench and tighten it up, and it was a bit of a palaver. But this whole morning so far has just been like a bit much, a bit intense, and we kind of just want to relax on our enjoyable weekend away. So we decided to leave Thetford where we were because it's a jinxed place for us, and we've come all the way to the north of Norfolk to a place called Brancaster, which I think is maybe a mile away from here. We're kind of in the common at the moment, and we've just kind of parked up. It says no overnight staying, so I don't know if we're going to chance it or move on. I don't really know, but for now at least anyway, we're just gonna kind of stay here and chill out for a bit, and then cross that bridge when we come to it, maybe after tea or something. But yeah, really stressful morning. Glad it's over, and hopefully the pipe's fixed. Digby won't get lost again. Becky won't get lost. Digby's never going off the lead ever again. And we can finally enjoy our weekend away in Norfolk. Good girl! You having fun? Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness me! Oh. It's a bit cold, isn't it? I never knew there were so many sandy beaches in England. I thought they were all stony. We'll have to do a list of the UK's best beaches, and I think so far my favourite UK beach... Is she? Oh. I think my favourite UK beach is still Woolacombe, because that was just amazing, and you could park along the seafront and everything, so it's going to take some beating to overtake Woolacombe Beach. To be honest, I think that anywhere where there's a flat plain where they can run around, they really like it. So whether that's a beach or a field, doesn't really matter, as long as they can run around, they get all excited. What are you doing? Oh, fight time. You're getting all sandy. We've driven a bit further along the coast from Brancaster this morning. We stopped off at a place called Cromer, and we're actually staying here tomorrow night on a campsite to refill the water and everything. But there's a car park just on the seafront. What are you doing? And you can just like park here all day, and I think it's like £8.50 for like 24 hours or something. Although you're not allowed to sleep here overnight, which is a bit weird. Would have been quite handy if we could sleep here tonight, so we're gonna have to find somewhere else to go to sleep. But we've just got a nice view of the sea, back doors open, trying to keep the dogs in the van without them jumping out. Or Digby's staying in the van because he's a good boy, but Luna just wants to escape and say hello to everybody. But yeah, I think we're just gonna stay here for the day, maybe stay here for dinner, and then find somewhere to sleep tonight. And then because we paid for 24 hours, we're going to come back here again tomorrow morning, go for the dog walk, and then by the time our ticket expires tomorrow, it'll be time to check in at the campsite. And then we can go there and chill out for the day. Is that a plan? Every day, new location, new walk. That's how we like it. And Luna's got an itch. Thank you very much, Becky. What have we got? Bacon, avocado, tomato, spinach, bit of ketchup.
Cucumber.
Cucumber. Oh, looking forward to this. Oh.
You can go down there. Apple pie.
Oh, apple pie. I love apple pies. So we've just left the beach, and because we're not allowed to park there overnight, you can pay for 24-hour parking, but you can't park there overnight. Or you can't sleep there overnight, which is kind of a bit annoying, but whatever. So we've left the beach, and we've just parked up on kind of like a lay-by at the side of the main road, which should be fine. It's quite a busy road, so there's going to be quite a few cars going past. And it's a bit noisier because
You have to use a bowl,
since
really
we...
crumbly.
Oh, that's fine.
Got crumbs in my bed.
Oh, apple pie. Since we put the fan in the roof, the noise is much louder because obviously there's a big hole in the roof now, whereas before it was kind of insulated with like 2 inches of insulation.
Insulated with like...
Yeah, like loads of insulation, so it was like really quiet, and now it's quite noisy. But hopefully it won't be too bad. It's more when cars drive past the van and it makes it shake. That's like worse than the noise. And we're a bit further away from the road. There's kind of like a grassy patch between us and the road, so it shouldn't be too bad. But we're going to watch some Come Dine With Me. We're watching season 11, episode 32, if anybody's interested. I don't know how many seasons of Come Dine With Me there are. I think we watched season 10 and there was like 150 episodes or something. But yeah, it's just kind of like really easy watching, just like casual, kick back, watch them Come Dine With Me. Dogs have some carrots, we have some apple pies, and then yeah, get ready for bed, I suppose. Looking forward to the beach again tomorrow. Our ticket runs out at just before midday, so we've got all morning there.
And then we're going to a campsite.
And then we're going to the campsite, and yeah, all should be well. There we go, Dix. Oh no! Scary! Come here, I'll pick you up. He doesn't like it. You don't like it, do you, Diggs? Scary bridges.
No diving.
No diving? There's no way I'm diving in that. Well, that, ladies and gentlemen, was Cromer Pier. I had to carry Digby all the way around because he doesn't like it. He hates bridges and anything where it's like suspended off the ground, and I think he could see the cracks in the planks, and he got really scared and wouldn't move, so I had to pick him up. So yeah, Cromer Pier ticked off the bucket list. I think we're going to have a little stroll down to the beach. Yeah? Yeah, he's alright. I got him. There's a guy coming on a bike. He doesn't like cyclists either. Tends to bark at those and chase them. Oh my goodness me.
Take a shot of the pier from this end. Oh goodness me.
Yeah! Go, go, go! The British seaside town. They're all kind of exactly the same, just fish and chips everywhere, amusement arcades, beach huts like these ones along the front. They've all got the same smell. Brown sea. Can't beat it. Rush. What are you guys doing? You ready? Go! Right then, guys. Get down. You want it? Oh.
What are you doing? Why are you filming me?
Because you're doing the dishes.
I'm not doing the dishes. I'm making something.
What are you making?
Something for me.
Just for you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's nice. So we finally made it to the campsite. We're staying at a campsite called Seacroft. I think there's like 3 campsites or caravan parks to stay in Cromer or Sheringham. I think one of them was in Sheringham, which is just along a bit. But anyway, we're at Seacroft, which is quite near the seafront. And I think we chose this one because we can walk to the beach in about 5 minutes. So we can go for a nice beach walk tomorrow morning because the dogs really like it on the beach. But we've done laundry, we've both had showers, we've had lunch, we've sorted the van out. We didn't really need to come to the campsite as such. All we really needed to do was fill up the water, which I guess we could have done somewhere else, not paid £35 to stay on a campsite to do it. But it is quite nice just to be on the campsite and sit outside. Got the hookup in so we can use full power on the inverter and use the washing machines obviously, and it's just quite nice to kind of chill outside and not have to worry about anything. Yeah, I just wish it wasn't as expensive as it is, because £35 a night is quite a lot. But fortunately we only need to do the one night and then we can just stay off grid for the rest. And I think this is going to be our final night on a campsite before we go home. So we've got another, well, we're leaving to go back to Essex tomorrow morning. Well, we've got to be out of here by 12 I think, and then we'll just stay off grid because Becky's got to go to work, and then we'll go home. So I think we've got 3 more days off grid, which should be fine. The battery power is not the problem, it's the water with the dogs and everything, but because it's dry they shouldn't need washing, so it should be fine. But yeah, just going to kind of enjoy the afternoon / evening on the campsite outside before we have to head home tomorrow. Luna's finished their carrot though. She's a scoffer girl. She eats her carrot like there's no tomorrow, and Digby just kind of nibbles away at his, and then Luna gets angry at Digby because, well, not angry at Digby, but she wants his carrot and she thinks it's unfair that he's still got one. She doesn't understand the concept of she ate hers too quick. Do you? Always want more. Always want more. Always want more. Where's more carrots? Where's more carrots? So it's just started raining, which is pretty good timing because we've just got back from an hour walk along the beach. If it started raining while we were on the walk, that would have been a bit of a disaster. Although it's not raining too bad, but it is raining. It's not forecast to rain, but it doesn't really matter. We're packing up this morning anyway and driving today, so it's pretty irrelevant what the weather's like. We've had a pretty good run so far though. It's been dry every single day that we've been away. So we've been pretty lucky with it really. But I've just washed the dogs because they got covered in sand and sea juice. And we've got 2.5 hours until we need to leave the campsite because it's about 9:30. We were thinking about maybe filming a podcast this morning, but I don't know if we will or not. I don't know. Depends if we can be bothered or not. It's quite nice to just kind of like chill, and Becky's reading her Kindle, and yeah, I might start editing this video. I don't really know. Maybe I'll do it tomorrow. I'm not really sure. But I'm going to wrap up this video anyway because our trip in Norfolk has come to an end. I have to say, I have been to Norfolk before, but not since I was a child. But Norfolk is a lovely place from what we've seen. The coastline along the top was really nice. We'd definitely like to come back again, and yeah, really enjoyed Norfolk. I don't know if we'll be going away in the van again until the summer, which is in around about 6-7 weeks time, where we're going to Weymouth and then Wales for a couple of weeks. And then yeah, not really too sure after that. Well, nothing's booked yet apart from the Weymouth trip, so not really too sure exactly what we're going to do. But that's going to do it for this one anyway. I really hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you guys in the next video or on the next podcast, depending on whether we do one or not. All right, bye guys. Thanks. Oh, comfy.